Barrett with the morning debrief. It's currently the 18th of October and the time is 7:37. Bit of a roller coaster night last night, there's no doubt about it. A little bit of disappointing news from Germany. Looks like Angela's sort of covering her good work. Covering her good work of late. Her finance minister came out and said it's going to be a little bit of a tall order in terms of getting the euro back online. It might take some time. I guess this flows in the face of concern, or not concern, or optimism that we had over the last couple of weeks, where we've seen equity prices rally around the world on the back of the plan that's coming to be. That plan to obviously reduce debt, recapitalise the banks, might have just a touch of a little bit of concern in it. As a result of that, equity prices around the world were sold. And as we can see, the Dow's down 2.13%, the S&P is down 1.94%, and the Nasdaq down 1.98%. So pretty negative across the board, and you'd expect across everything else that everything commodities too would also come under pressure, and the dollar would go bid. Well, that's exactly what happened. As we can see, the Dow down 247 points. The top 50 in Europe down 1.68%, the FTSE down 0.54%. CAC down 1.61% and the DAX down 1.81%. So that in itself you can see relatively negative. The local market, let's have a look at the futures. That's always the best for us. The local market closed down 70 points, 4,214, down 70 as we can see there, not too positive there. Okay, let's have a look at the commodities. I guess the important thing is, well, as it has been the case for some time, equities go up, so commodities go up, equities go down. That should be pretty similar to commodities. Brent crude, no surprise, is down 2.28% at 109.95. West Texas under pressure, down 0.5% at 86.37. And as you can see, you can put yourself through some of the commodities all down. But good to see corn, wheat and soya, or particularly corn and wheat really, back in the trend there, up a little bit there, which is a little bit encouraging there, particularly for the wheat contract. Soybeans obviously had a lift over the last couple of days, so that's under pressure just a little bit at 12.53. Apart from that, copper was down 7.2%, the litmus test for global economy, 333.65. Gold suffered, down $9, 16.74, after having a high of 16.92 and failing to get through that level. Silver back under pressure as well at 31.87. So as you can see, market in itself just taking back a little bit of the profits, I guess, over the last couple of days. Let's have a look at some of the trades. Dollar index, as we know, that's always a big one for us. There's that bounce. 77.53. It's something we talked about in our bulletin in terms of a correction. The actual levels we had we're pretty happy about that. 76.40.50. Didn't quite get down to them, but that's a correction. This should actually see a little bit more of a lift. As to whether or not it's the start of a trend will only be determined on what happens out of Germany and obviously France. But dollar, a little bit of a bounce there. As a result of that, some of the other currencies under pressure. The Aussie at 106.64 after coming pretty hard off that high of 103. Where are we? High 103.56. So that's quite a fall there. And under pressure, certainly needs to do a little bit of work to get through that level again. Dollar yen, very hard to trade as we know. 76.78. It goes up and then straight back. Looks like someone's on the top end of that. Whenever they get an opportunity to sell or buy yen, they do. So there's always a lot of hard work there. And of course the euro, 137.33. Like the Aussie, under pressure there as a result. Let's have a quick look at some of the other commodities. Crude oil, 86.22. 88 tried to get through, failed, but down again. That could put an end to that rally. And of course gold we've talked about, 16.71.72, and failed to get on the top side, but certainly holding onto its ground at the moment. Obviously a strengthening dollar there is going to put a dampener on all the commodities as such. Okay, let's have a quick look at the local market. 42.11 down to 1.63% on SICOM, and there you can see trading in a bit of a range. Look, if this is anything of note, you'd probably expect it just to trade sideways for a while. Good support is here through that 4,200, then 4,000 we know, or 4,200, 4,100. You can see those support levels there and there. So if anything there, a break of those areas just sets it back in the tone. So more consolidation. In terms of economic calendars, what have we got? Coming out tonight, we've got Reserve Bank board minutes for today in Australia, CPI in the UK, producer price in the States, long-term tick data, NAHB housing data, and Bernanke's having a few words in Boston. So that could be quite interesting. And we've got DeBelli also speaking in a finance conference in Sydney. So there's a little bit of data. Obviously the headline data we have next week. Sorry, the headline data we have out on Wednesday night, which is the US CPI, so keep close to that. But apart from that, I guess let's see how the PPI happens tonight. That'll give us some sign as to what we actually feel concerning inflation and whether inflation is a concern or whether it's been hidden. But I think it's just a little bit of a worry at the moment. But anyway, let's see how that unfolds. Hope everyone has a good day. Happy trading. We'll certainly talk to you later. Bye for now.